welcome to the Maple Street School News, keeping you posted on today's most important current events. I'm Jordan Holloway, and today we will be talking about the Constitutional Convention. We will be reporting on some of the delegates who have taken part in these meetings. From discussing the Constitution to heated arguments between the delegates, this could change America forever. We will now be going to our reporter Ian, getting an inside story from Alexander Hamilton.
Mr. Hamilton, can I talk to you about the new Constitution that is being proposed?
Yes, but make it quick.
What is your position on it?
I disagree with the Democratic side of it. The central government is too weak and it needs more power, or else we will fail as a country.
Will you sign the document when the final draft is passed?
Not unless there's something that changes it so the central government has more power.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton.
My pleasure.
Now back to Jordan.
As you can see, there are many different opinions from the delegates on this Constitution. We'll all be at the edge of our seats waiting to see what will come of it. Oh, what is this? We have just received news that our interviewer, Lily Sinclair, has gotten a hold of Connecticut delegate Roger Sherman as he was walking into the convention.
Roger Sherman! Mr. Sherman! Hello, Mr. Sherman.
Good day.
So what are some of your political beliefs?
Well, I want a strong central government but the states have some power as well.
So you are a Federalist?
Yes, you could call me that.
So what is your job at the Constitutional Convention?
I'm to amend the Articles of Confederation because many people disagree on all the things that it states. Also, I'm coming up with a compromise that will show how many different representatives people get due to the population of their state. I must be going.
Thank you, Mr. Sherman. Now back to Jordan.
Things are getting very heated over at the convention. Many different ideas are being put out. As the debates are continuing, on-the-spot reporter Lily Sinclair has James Madison, delegate from Virginia, for a special interview. Lily?
Hello, James Madison. Can I ask you a couple questions?
I really must be going.
Please, just a couple of questions. It won't take long.
Okay, please be quick. I have to be somewhere.
Okay, what have you done to help the Constitution?
Well, I basically take notes on everything, and I propose a lot of new rules and laws that I think we should include in the Constitution. I really must be going. They're starting soon.
Just a couple more questions. What do you want to come out of the Constitutional Convention?
I hope people have freedom of speech and religion. I am also hoping that we get enough delegates to sign it in the end. I really must be going. Everybody is heading down, and I can't miss anything.
Okay, thank you so much, James Madison. Now to Jordan.
There was Lily getting important questions from James Madison. Good job, Lily. Many of these delegates do not completely believe in all the statements in the Constitution. Therefore, they will not be signing it. We will now go to Ian, who is interviewing George Mason, one of the delegates who did not sign the document.
George, we're broadcasting live from Maple Street News. What is your take on the Constitution? What do you have to say about it?
Please, I do not have time to talk.
Please, George, only a few questions.
Fine, as you wish.
As I was saying, what is your take on the Constitution?
I do not agree with it at all. I did not even sign it. It does not abolish slavery and does not even have a Bill of Rights. It gave too much power to the government. This document will change our nation and our lives forever. I will therefore not sign my name on something that does not even include those things. We will see. The Constitution cannot list every freedom a person has, but a thing as important as slavery shall not be ignored under my account. We came equals into this world, and equals shall we go out of it.
You feel very strongly about slavery. What else would you hope to change about the Constitution?
Besides slavery, a Bill of Rights, of course. The unalienable rights of an individual. I could go on, but I must go.
Thank you for your time, sir. Now to Lynn.
Mr. Henry, do you have a moment to talk about your opinions on the Constitution?
I always have time to talk about that.
So why are you not going to the Continental Congress?
I do not believe in federalism. It is not right for our nation. America cannot have a strong central government. It will take away from the power of the independent states. There is no point in wasting my time at a foolish meeting that I do not agree with.
Does that mean that you do not want to have a constitution?
The Constitution is not an instrument for the government to restrain the people. It is an instrument for the people to restrain the government, lest it come to dominate our lives and our interests. It is not that I do not want a constitution, but I do not agree with what is within the Constitution.
What exactly do you not like in the Constitution?
I believe that certain freedoms and rights should be stated in the document. In addition, there is too much power in the central government. The independent states require more freedoms. I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided, and that is the lamp of experience. I know no way of judging the future but by the past.
There are many different ideas today in this convention. The Constitution is going to have to satisfy many different people to pass. Here is Ian with William Patterson.
Hello, William Patterson.
Greetings.
Can you tell me your opinion on how the delegates are working out the Constitution?
Yes, I think that it's going pretty well so far, but some people have been overstepping their authority in the meetings.
Okay, is there anything that you would like to see change?
Well, I think the central government needs more power. It is better when one group makes decisions. The Virginia plans gives big states greater control than they should have.
What have you done to fix the problems that you have seen?
I have introduced the New Jersey plan that promotes more central power. Each state would only have one vote, no matter the size.
I see. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I've just heard news that the delegates are signing the Constitution right now. Let's go back down to the Constitutional Convention, where Benjamin Franklin is signing his name.
Hello, Mr. Franklin. It's a pleasure to have you here. So what are your thoughts on the Constitution? You've said that you believe in a strong central government, that you are a Federalist.
Yes, that is true. I am a Federalist. When talking about the Constitution, I do strongly believe in most of the ideas. But there are some I disagree with. For example, the U.S. Constitution doesn't guarantee happiness, only the pursuit of it. You have to catch up with it yourself.
I've also heard that you are a very strong believer in freedom of speech. Is this true?
Yes, 'tis very true. In those wretched countries where a man cannot call his tongue his own, he can scarce call anything his own. Whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech.
Thank you very much, Mr. Franklin. Now we go back to Jordan to see more news on this convention.
We now go to Liam Thompson with a special interview with future President of the United States, George Washington of Virginia.
Thank you for your time, President-elect Washington. What do you feel is one of your major obstacles during this historic convention?
This inclination of the individual states to yield competent powers to Congress for the federal government, their unreasonable jealousy of that body and of one another, and the disposition which seems to pervade each of being all-wise and all-powerful within itself, will, if there is not a change in the system, be our downfall as a nation. This was as clear to me as the ABC.
So you're saying it was very difficult to find compromise on many issues?
We often found but little ground on which the hope of a good establishment could be formed. I often despaired of seeing a favorable issue to the proceedings of this convention. However, I feel strongly that a disposition would be found in Congress, the several states' legislators, and the community at large to adopt the government which we have agreed on in the convention. Because I am fully persuaded it is the best that can be obtained at the present moment, under such diversity of ideas as prevail.
So what is next?
Short weeks will determine the political fate of America for the present generation and probably produce no small influence on the happiness of society through a long succession of ages to come.
So you're feeling pretty good, eh?
Never dawned more favorable than ours did, and no day was ever more clouded than the present. Wisdom and good examples are necessary at this time to rescue the political machine from the impending storm that was the Articles of Confederation. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm sorry, but I have to get back to Mount Vernon. Martha is waiting with her famous chicken pie. I never miss it.
As you can see, many people have different beliefs and look upon the Constitution differently. Tell us what you think on our website. There is certain to be much continuing debate as the Constitution goes through its ratification process in the states. If all goes well, experts feel this document should last as the template for our government for at least the next 50 years. Thank you for watching this Maple Street School special report. I am Jordan Holloway, and this has been Maple Street News.